right, ladies and gentlemen and raster designers, we're going to get started with creating a meme, or as I like to pronounce it correctly, meme. All right, so we're going to use Adobe Photoshop. It is used for editing raster images, which means basically pictures that get pixelated. So it's a professional grade program, and you can lose quality and get things pixelated. And so we're going to have to attend to that and make sure that we don't lose quality and don't get things all pixelated. All right, what is raster design? That is when you're drawing, that is when you're editing photos, and you're designing things using a raster-based program like Photoshop. So there are some free versions of raster-based programs. So GIMP, Paint.net, Pixlr, PhotoPass Pro. If you down one of those and show me, I'm going to give you extra credit. So extra credit. So you'll have to figure that out on your own. Here's a little information. All right, let's take a look at the instructions of this assignment here. Let's take a look at the scoring guide. You can find this in Google Classroom. And basically put your name on here. Make sure you write down an intelligent question. And basically, if you do all this, you get 100%. And if you do any one of these things, or two or three of these things, you get some bonus points. Okay? So take a look at that and make sure you write down your intelligent question. And that's how I'm going to figure out what points you get. All right. So that normally I like to show you good examples of any project that we're working on. And this year, this is the first time we've done this, so there are no good examples. So basically, I have to show you the crummy one that I did as an example. All right, so here's why it's going to get full credit, because number one, it explains a class procedure, a class rule, has my name on it. I used impact. I made it white with a black outline. I added, for bonus points, I added a little AirPod. If you look over here, let me move my little head here. So if you look over here, I named this layer meme text. And so I can turn it on and off. It's on its own little layer. Okay. And then over here, I made the AirPod layer. And that's it. I named it, and it's on its own little layer. I can turn it on and off. And then I put my name using a different font down here. So this is impact. This is going to be whatever font that you like. And so that is why it's going to be this one would be worth full credit. So that's the kind of thing that you're going to do. Okay, so you're going to make a meme that represents one of the rules from the class, and it's going to be appropriate, and so on and so forth. All right, so there's a semi-decent example. Hopefully next year I'll have better examples from students. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go we're going to open Photoshop. You're going to be able to find Photoshop on the desktop. So there's Photoshop. Double click on it. It's the blue one. Okay. And once you get it open, you're going to say File, New. Okay. Now we're going to make this thing. Oh, you know what? One thing I did wrong on this. It's supposed to be half a sheet. I forgot to tell you. This is supposed to be half a sheet. So this one takes up the whole page. So that one actually wouldn't get full credit. I'll show you how to do that correctly. All right, so you're going to put your name here, so meme, and then you're going to put your name. I'm putting my name. And the width is 8.5, and the height is 11. This is the size of a regular sheet of paper. You can do it opposite of this if you want. So this one right here is going to be tall and skinny. If you want to do it, the one I have done would be the opposite. So it could be 11 by 8.5 or 8.5 by 11, depending on if you want it tall or skinny. The resolution should be 300. That's good resolution for when you're printing to a printer. And the color mode should be CMYK. That's the color mode you want when printing to a printer. And we're going to click OK. All right. So we have our document made. Now the very next thing that we should do is we need to save it in the correct spot. We need to save it in the correct spot. So we're going to go File, Save As. I can find it. File, Save As. And I'm going to go to this PC. All right. And then I have to find the folder with my name on it. Okay. There's the folder. So you got to find your folder with your name on it. If you don't see your folder with your name on it, it's going to disappear. So you have to save it in. So if you save it anywhere other than the folder with your name on it, it disappears. Okay, so make sure you do that. So folder with the name on it, and then I've already made one, but you're going to make a new folder, and you're going to call it Creative Computers. Okay, so you're going to type in Creative Computers. I already have Creative Computers, so I'm going to go into my Creative Computers folder. Okay, and then once you're inside Creative Computers, you're going to make a new folder, and you're going to call it Raster Design. Okay, so you're going to click that, and you're going to type in Raster Design. I already have Raster Design. Okay, and then you're going to make a folder called Meme. So type in M-E-M-E, meme. Okay, and so you're going to open that meme folder, and then you're going to save it as meme with your name on it. That looks good. And so this is trying to save it as a JPEG. That is not right. We want to save it as a PSD, a Photoshop document. Photoshop document, and hit save. Okay, so now we've saved it in our folder with our name on it. We can take a peek and we can look at it. So we can go, oh, there's Creative Computer, there is Raster Design, there's, but you can't see what I'm seeing, can you? Hold on, let me scoot you this over. Oopsie. All right, so if we go, so if you click on that thing, it pops up, and then we can go to Creative Computer. We can go into Raster Design. You can go into Meme, and then there it is. Now, the other thing that you can do for extra credit, if you want, is to make another new folder, and we're going to call this one Assets. And so we're going to save all of our assets there, okay? So if you make an Assets folder in your Meme folder, that is worth extra credit. All right, I'm going to close that down. All right, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a picture off of the internet. So let me see if I can go to my thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the internet. And so for me, what I did, you're going to search for whatever you want, but I'm going to type in "one does not simply walk into Mordor." Okay, and then I'm going to search, I'm going to click on images. Okay, and so for me, I liked the look of, see if I can find the one I used. I want one without the picture. Oh, I can't find it. All right, well, let's just use, well, that's funny. This one, this is the one I use. So I'm going to click on this one. So this is the one I want. Now, if I copy this, the quality is going to be poor. So we do not copy this one. We click on it, and then this is going to give us full quality. Now, we could do it two ways. I'll show you the easy way. So I'm going to say copy image, and then I'm going to go into Photoshop, and I'm going to go, I can go edit, paste, and there it is. All right, so that's one way. That's the normal credit. If you want extra credit, then you're going to come back over here, and what you're going to do is you're going to right click and you're going to say save image as, and we're going to go into your folder with your name on it. You're going to go into Creative Computers. You're going to go into Raster Design. You're going to go into Meme, and you're going to go into Assets, and then you're going to give it a good name. I'm going to just call it Walk. Save it. Okay. All right. So this is worth extra credit, and so if we look in there, so if we go, anyway, it's in that folder. So now I'm going to come to, I'm going to press Control Z to undo it. Control Z will undo that. I'm going to go File. I'm going to go Place, and then I'm going to go into my Meme Assets. There's the picture. I'm going to put it in there, and it seems to come out a little bit better that way. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press Control and T, and I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to transform it because I really don't need these to take up the whole page. So I just want it to take up about half of the page. So I'm going to something like that. So half the page is probably right there. So just a little bit bigger. All right. Yeah. So we can save resources. All right. So good. And so now that we've made some changes, it doesn't automatically save. So I'm going to go File, Save, and I'm going to click OK. And that's it for the first part. Let's double check and see if we missed anything on the first part. Let's take a look here. That's not it. Okay, let's see here. Yep, we did this, and we did this, And there's one more thing I need to teach you, and that is this. So as I said, the quality of this is pretty good. It has to be good. So if I zoom in, you can see it doesn't pixelate. Okay, so now you're finally starting to see the squares, and eventually it turns into these squares. So Photoshop basically works by, you can change, Photoshop basically makes changes to each little square, right? And you don't want it to be pixelated like this, but if I double click on the hand, you can see that it's definitely not pixelated. All right, so we're going to go File, save our changes, and then go ahead and go on to the next video.